When people look at Brooklyn, they often see statistics, headlines, crime rates, poverty, and problems. What they rarely see are the young men carrying dreams, fears, responsibilities, and questions they often have nowhere to speak about. This project was never about creating a documentary. It was about creating space. Space for young men to tell their stories, space to be heard, space to reflect, space to imagine a future greater than their circumstances. The truth is, every young man has a story. Some stories are filled with struggle, some are filled with hope, most are filled with both. And when we invest in our young men, listen to them, guide them, and challenge them to find their voice, we do more than create content. We create possibility. Brooklyn is not just a place. It is a collection of stories still being written. These are a few of them.
What's up, y'all? What's up, everyone? My name is Mello, and I've been working in Bed-Stuy specifically for the past, let's just say, 5 years. And one thing that always interests me was like the story behind Bed-Stuy. What was it like growing up in Bed-Stuy? Growing up, one of my favorite movies was Do the Right Thing. And I'm fortunate enough to actually work on the exact same block or educate or be a mentor to the students on the exact same block where the movie was actually filmed. And because that is one of my favorite movies, I always wonder what is it like growing up as a child in Brooklyn, right? I'm from Harlem. I could tell you what it's like growing up in Harlem, but I cannot tell you what it's like growing up in Brooklyn. So I wanted to get the story of the young men that I work with, hear their stories, so they can tell me and explain to me what it's like growing up in Brooklyn. And maybe their stories can impact everyone's stories to let everybody know that no matter where you grow up at, there's success everywhere. So currently right now, we're about to hear from some of the young men who participated in this project. Let's give them a deep listen and let's hear their story.
I grew up in Bronx, New York, surrounded by a loving family that always wanted the best for me. Even with that support, I faced challenges that helped me shape who I am today. One of the biggest struggles I faced was navigating as a young man in America. There were pressures, expectations, and influences around me that could easily lead me down the wrong path. I saw people making choices that I knew I didn't want to be, and eventually I had to make a decision about the kind of person I wanted to become. One of the most important turning points in my life was choosing to distance myself from the people whose lifestyles and choices did not align with mine. I realized that if I wanted different results, I needed different influences. From the moment I began focusing on growth and responsibility, I committed myself to school, found employment, and made fitness a part of my routine. These became proof that I am taking control of my life and building a foundation for my future. Today, I am becoming a black man who wants to make a difference by sharing what I know and helping others learn from my experiences. I understand that growth is not being perfect, it's making better choices and continuing to move forward. The lesson I carry with me in life is simple. What you know, let it show. Knowledge has value when it's applied. Every day I try to demonstrate through my actions and the lessons I've learned and the man I am working to become. My story is being written, but the choices I make today are helping me define my future and what I want tomorrow.
My story is about the moments that shaped me into the person I am becoming today. I did not come from perfect circumstances. I grew up facing challenges and difficult conditions that forced me to learn about life at an early age. Even when things were hard, I found something inside of me and myself, a spark that helped me keep moving forward. Little by little, I began building myself from the ground up. Every day comes with pressure. Some people think pressure is always something big, but for me, it can be as simple as waking up in the morning and finding the motivation to keep myself going. There are days when I have to encourage myself, stay focused, and remind myself of who I want to become. One of the biggest turning points in my life happened when a family friend passed away. Losing someone close to me brought me sadness and made me think deeply about life. It showed me that time is precious and every day matters. That experience changed the way I look at the world and helped me appreciate the people around me. As I grew up, I am becoming a young man who wants to live with the purpose and integrity. My faith is an important part of who I am. and I strive to be a follower of Jesus Christ. It helped me guide my decisions and reminds me to keep moving forward, even when life becomes difficult. Growth to me means learning how to make decisions and reflecting on them. Every choice teaches me something. Even challenges helps me become stronger. Every lesson helps me understand my life a little more. My journey is to know where I want to be led. I am a young man who wants to walk into heaven with Jesus Christ, and every day I am working to become the person who can make that journey with faith, character, and purpose.
To the young men coming behind us, understand you are more powerful than you realize. Your ideas matter. Your discipline matters. Your character matters. The future of our communities will one day rest in your hands. And to the men who came before you, we have a responsibility to teach, to listen, to guide, to build, not for ourselves, but for those who will one day take our place. Because the truth is, we are all connected. One generation lays the foundation. The next generation builds upon it. And the generation after that lives inside the house we created. We are all we have. We must work together. We must learn from one another. We must build together so that those who come after us can go further than we ever could. Urban Wall Street, legacy building.
When the darkness comes in deep and the light begins, I see the cracks in the code and shadows in the wall. The current is breathing in the storms I fall. The time is full of flame, the dust is burning through. It breaks the path, I'm breathing cold and blue.